And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. Allah says, on the day hellfire will be brought. You know how it will be brought? 70,000 chains are attached to hellfire. Each chain is being pulled by 70,000 angels. That's how enormous it is. And when mankind, when you and I will see hellfire, we will drop to our knees, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانِ وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. At that moment, on that day, you will remember. You'll think back. How did I spend my life? I'm sitting here, I'm standing here before hellfire. What did I do with my life? يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. What disgrace upon myself. What did I do with my life? How did I spend it? What decisions did I make? How could I be so distracted from this reality? Right? Hellfire, and subhanAllah, the ahadith about hell, about the punishment in hell is frightening. The hadith states that the skin will have the width of 70 meters. The tooth of an individual will be the size of the mountain of Uhud. A tooth, one singular tooth, a mountain that's 12 kilometers long. And the nerves are in the skin. So when it's burned, that's when the pain is. And Allah says, كُلَّمَا نَضِجَتْ جُلُودُهُمْ بَدَّلْنَاهُمْ جُلُودًا غَيْرَهَا لِيَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابِ. I mean, this is terrifying. When the skin is burned off, Allah subhanahu replaces it with another new skin so that they may taste the punishment. And there's so many more ayat and descriptions, and I'm going to spare it, but subhanAllah, just think for a second. This is the ultimate exam. This is why the faces will be dark and gloomy. Why they'll be depressed. يَا لَيْتَنِي قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. How did I spend my life? What did I do? But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also gives us the other side. The one who understood his exam, understood the purpose of life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in multiple surahs, He describes the faces of those who prepared. He says, وُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ مُسْفِرَةٌ ضَاحِكَةٌ مُسْتَبْشِرَةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, on that day there will be faces that will be bright and laughing. Bright, shining, laughing and rejoicing at the good news. The good news of what? The good news of Jannah. They passed. You know, when they receive their books. The exams are handed out, the results are given. You get your books in one of two hands. The one who gets his book in his right hand, ضَاحِكَةٌ مُسْتَبْشِرَةٌ. He's laughing, celebrating. هَا أُمُقْرَأُوا كِتَابِيَهْ. Everybody read my book. He's so overwhelmed in joy. He can't hold himself. Look, I passed. You know, back home, for our parents who are from back home, you know when they post the results outside, everybody can see the ranks of the students, and you're ranked number 1, number 5, number 10. You get into med school, you didn't get into med school, got into engineering, whatever program, and you see the results and the person who gets the top scores. Ha umuqra'u kitabiyah. Read my book. I don't care. Anyone is open. I don't mind. I've succeeded. إِنِّي ظَنَنْتُ أَنِّي مُلَاقٍ حِسَابِيَهْ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. I realized, I kept in mind that I will meet my Lord. I will have a day of reckoning. This is the state of ecstasy of the one who succeeds. He is just overwhelmed in joy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ نَاظِرَةٌ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. Allah says faces on that day will be shining and radiant, bright and joyful. Why? Because they'll be looking at their Lord.